forbidden touch. I never expected it to happen. It wasn't planned, and it wasn't something I had ever considered. But desire has a way of creeping into places where it shouldn't belong, blurring the lines between right and wrong. It all started one humid summer afternoon. My husband's best friend, Jason, had come over to help fix a leaky pipe in our kitchen. Jason was younger, full of energy, and had a body that showed the results of hours spent at the gym. His arms were toned, his chest broad, and his confidence effortless. I had always noticed how women looked at him, but I never thought I'd ever feel that kind of pull toward him. My husband, Mark, was out of town for work, leaving me alone in our house. He trusted Jason completely, so did I, or at least I had convinced myself I did. As he worked under the sink, his shirt clung to his sweaty skin, outlining every muscle. I couldn't help but admire him. When he finally stood up, wiping his hands on a towel, he flashed me a cocky grin. "All fixed," he said. "Thanks, Jason." "I owe you one," I replied, handing him a glass of iced tea. His eyes lingered on mine for a moment longer than they should have. There was something in the way he looked at me, something dangerous. "You okay?" he asked, his voice deep and smooth. I nodded, suddenly feeling a rush of nervous energy. "Yeah, just hot in here." His smirk deepened. "Yeah, it is." I turned away, pretending to adjust the thermostat, but I felt his presence behind me. His body heat radiated so close that my breath hitched. I knew I should step away, create some distance, but I didn't. "Mark's lucky," Jason murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. "You're beautiful, you know that?" A lump formed in my throat. I should have told him to stop. I should have laughed it off. But instead I turned to face him, my body betraying me as my heart pounded. "Jason, we shouldn't," I whispered. His gaze dropped to my lips. "I know," he said. But he didn't move away. And neither did I. His fingers brushed against my arm, a touch so light that it sent a shiver down my spine. His hands were rough, calloused, but gentle as they traced the curve of my waist. I should have stepped back, should have told him to leave. But I didn't. Instead, I let out a shaky breath as he leaned in. I felt the warmth of his lips hover near my ear. "Tell me to go and I will," he said. I opened my mouth to say it, to tell him to walk out that door. But the words wouldn't come. Jason tilted my chin up, searching my eyes for hesitation, but there was none. I wanted this. Needed it. His lips crashed onto mine, and all reason vanished. I shouldn't have let it happen. But as his hands explored my body, as his touch ignited something deep inside me that had been buried for too long, I knew there was no stopping now. And in that moment I didn't care. Jason's lips moved hungrily against mine, and I melted into him. His strong hands gripped my waist, pulling me closer until our bodies pressed together. The heat between us was undeniable, an electric current surging through every nerve in my body. I gasped when he lifted me onto the kitchen counter, his fingers digging into my thighs. My dress had already ridden up, exposing more of my skin to his touch. His rough hands traced upward, teasing, exploring, making me ache for more. "This is wrong," I whispered, but there was no conviction in my voice. Jason smirked, his breath warm against my lips. "Then tell me to stop." Couldn't. Instead, I grabbed his shirt, pulling him back into me. His mouth was everywhere. My neck, my collarbone, the curve of my shoulder. I tilted my head back, surrendering to the moment, to the sheer intensity of it all. His fingers slid beneath my dress, and I let out a soft moan, my body betraying every thought of guilt that should have been in my mind. I was lost in him, in the way he made me feel, desired, craved, wanted in a way I hadn't felt in years. But just as his hands moved lower, just as the moment reached the point of no return, a sound broke through the haze of our passion. The front door. My heart stopped. Jason pulled back, his breathing ragged, his eyes dark with need. But we both knew what that sound meant. My husband was home. Panic surged through me as I scrambled off the counter, smoothing my dress, trying to steady my breath. Jason ran a hand through his messy hair, backing away toward the back door. "We can't do this," I whispered, though the words felt hollow now. Jason gave me one last heated look. His jaw clenched. "You're right," he said. But there was something in his voice, something that told me this wasn't over. And as my husband walked in, greeting me with a smile, I realized the truth.